pretend my hair's not dirty. What's up, guys? Welcome back. So today we are going to be talking all about 15, count them, 15 clean beauty brands that I want to and plan to try in 2019, because as you guys know, I am moving towards going clean in 2019. I just threw out so much stuff yesterday, you guys, and actually check the vlog that's coming out tomorrow because I'm doing some, like, a weird giveaway of some of my stuff that I haven't used. So, like, either way, I have already started I'm looking at my shelfie over here, making over my collection. And I know that a lot of you guys are kind of on this journey with me. I know a lot of you guys are also starting to feel more conscious of the things that you are putting on this giant organ on your body, which is your skin. And so hopefully this will be helpful for you guys to help me decide, help me navigate some of these, because I've done a lot of research, I have some notes here, and there are a lot of nuances between all of these products that claim to be clean, claim to be natural, claim to be whatever. And so if any of you guys have had experience with any of these lines, or if you have heard anything, make sure that you share that with me down below so that we can kind of keep a conversation going. But let's go ahead and jump in here. So the first brand that I see around here and there that I want to try, and I actually saw a while ago, La Madeleine. She's, you know, a YouTuber who's been around for a long time. She's adorable. I think she did a collab with them a while ago and put out a multi-stick or something. But it is a brand called Make Beauty. They have a soft focus foundation that is $45. They have a corrective duo for $27 that's like a combination of their concealer and their powder, so it's like medium prestige pricing. And then they also have a very similar cheek product to the Kosa's cream cheek product, and that is $27, I believe. Yeah, they've got some really interesting products too, besides like multi-sticks and stuff, which you guys know I love me a multi-stick. But they also have something called a face gloss, which makes me just hear like teenager. They have like a glitter face gloss, and I'm just like, I don't know. Now, that doesn't mean that every single brand is always expected to have every single product like accommodate me, but I don't think I'm going to be going towards a glitter face gloss anytime soon, unless one of you guys is just like, no, Khaki, it's fire, buy it. I'll check it out. I'm trying to keep an open mind, but I'm gonna go ahead and anti-haul that glitter face gloss, but the rest of it seems pretty intriguing. Some of their products are vegan. They are 100% cruelty-free, and 10% of the proceeds they donate to the We See Beauty Foundation, which benefits women-led, worker-owned cooperative businesses in the Americas. I am not totally sure what that means. I just wrote it down off the website, but I think it's cool when brands donate. In fact, at some point I'd like to do a video about stores online that donate. It's like they carry multiple brands, but they will donate part of their profits to really great organizations, and we can kind of like parse those out at some point too. I also want to do some more in-depth research on what these no lists actually do to our skin. And I'm sure that there are a lot of places where someone else has already done this research for me, but I would like to kind of consolidate it, because, you know, we vilify all of these like ingredients and be like, no, we can't have phthalates, we can't have sulfates, we can't have parabens, we can't have this. And I want to know specifically, other than like breaking your skin out, like what they do, because I have a feeling it's much scarier than we think. Okay, so this one is contentious. It is milk. And I know this is like on the beaten path, you know? This is definitely not like a brand no one's heard of. And I actually anti-hauled them because like a while ago, because the dumb sticks, I don't know, they just annoyed me when I saw them on like Sephora because they're really expensive, and at the time I was not doing any kind of powder-free makeup looks on my face. My skin was really bad, and I just had this like chip on my shoulder about people who don't need to wear that much makeup. And I hadn't really done the work to be the kind of person who doesn't have to wear that much makeup. And so at one point, I actually bought their foundation and concealer because I watched Claire Marshall use it, and she makes everything look incredible. Then I returned it without even reviewing it, because why? It never dried down, and it drove me crazy. It is a pretty medium to full coverage, like medium buildable foundation, and a pretty, you know, creamy concealer. So those are the kinds of things that I want to dry down without me having to powder them to death. They did a weird kind of silicone-y thing on my face where when I hit them with powder, they turned to kind of a molten mud instead of like a nice surface on my face, and it drove me absolutely crazy, and so I returned it. And I rarely do that, like actually return a product before I even review it, but I was just like, Yeah, and that was when I was on a streak on my channel of doing a lot of foundation wear tests, and I just ran out of time and mental capacity on things that truly sucked. Like, I didn't even do like film a review on the ColourPop foundation because it was just that bad. So that was the case with the Milk foundation, but if I did something wrong, please let me know. Because, I mean, obviously people like it. And I do think that like their cooling water stick and like some of their like other cream products I would find much more use for now that I wear a lot more kind of like dewy powder-free makeup. Not so much today. I'm trying something out that's new today and I hope you guys like it. I will have a video up on it probably in like a week. Anyway, yeah, I'm willing to re-dip my proverbial toes into the Milk makeup of it all. So guys, let me know if there's anything on your list or in your collection from Milk that you just swear by, and I will check it out. Okay, the next one, this is one that one of you guys suggested, and it's kind of weird. It's like a brand called Graydon, and they do a lot of the like RMS stuff where it's like, you know, bioactive and low heat, and they don't even use nuts because they're afraid of people having like nut allergies. Like, they're really, really trying to cater to everybody's needs. But the one product that I was told I must try is called the Face Glow Primer, and it's $38, but they do samples, which I appreciate. I tried to make note of any of the brands that will sell you a sample size, which is super exciting because Lord knows, you know, from a packaging and shipping standpoint, we all don't need things that we don't need. So I appreciate all of these companies doing samples. It's not that we're cheap as consumers, it's that we don't want to buy products that we don't need. All right, the next one, and this one's actually probably coming up before the new year, is Well People. And the reason that it's coming up before the new year is because they are local to Austin. And so I have prioritized them. I just get excited about local Austin companies. Pettivore is also local. That is a cruelty-free, sometimes vegan subscription box, and you get a bunch of really great, I know I said I was anti-samples, but like there are so many cool indie brands out there that I cannot, you know, find on my own necessarily, and Pettivore like does the work for you. I think that that's what a subscription box is for. It's for kind of doing the legwork and getting you like, you know, able to try a lot more things for a lot less money. I just got my Pettivore box in the mail the other day, and I had to overcome that mental thing where I was like, oh, samples, because as soon as I stuck my hands in each one of them, I was like, wow, these are all pretty incredible. So I will be sharing all of my subscription boxes. I'm just gonna open all of them in one video and do like a big long favorites and fails and finds or whatever coming up soon, because I haven't gotten a chance to do that in a while. But I did want you guys to know that I re-upped my subscription to Pettivore, and I think I even have an affiliate link for them now. So anyway, Well People is a local Austin company that does like a full range. They've got like, you know, makeup and skincare and all of that, and it's all, and this is kind of interesting because it's like full of aloe and essential oils, which I later read on like another company's website that we'll get to in a minute, that like essential oils are like a no ingredient. I don't know. So these are the kinds of things that I want to do more research into, but yes, Well People does focus on essential oils, and I will be honest, I haven't obviously tried them yet, but I had a chip on my shoulder. I had like a prejudgment in my brain earlier this year when I first started trying some of the like natural makeup out there that I was finding. So for example, we did Au Naturel Cosmetics. It was like someone had mixed it in their kitchen. It was incredibly heavy, it was incredibly greasy, it didn't dry down, it was very frustrating, it was super, super cakey. And I just kind of like let that reinforce my assumptions about natural makeup. And then I also tried Juice Beauty, which you guys, I still don't understand the appeal of, and I ended up throwing that out too. Like, what a waste. And so I'm kind of nervous about Well People because of just kind of like aloe and essential oils. It sounds like it's not going to be very high performing, but that is why we're going to try it. And that is why you're able to return things. They also do minis, and they have price range wise, their foundation is what? $28.99. Their concealer is $22.99. But then they also have little minis of everything for like $11, $12 or whatever. They sell them on tons of websites. They've got them on like Credo. I think they might have them on Detox Market, but you can also buy directly from their website. I think they'll throw you a discount, what have you. So yeah, well people, with a 3 instead of an E. All right, so the next one I want to try, and God, it's pretty much only because they just advertise to me constantly. And I know that that's not great, but it's like all I see on Instagram is Kari Gran. And when I looked up Kari Gran, because I see the little lip whips and they look so great. They look like little candies and it just excites me. I looked up the actual brand and it's cool. So one of the cool products that I saw, and it's not cheap, but it's a ton of product, and I think that that's why, they do this customizable foundation that is like the liquid and the powder, and you kind of mix them together for the coverage level that you want. And they have different ones. They have like, I don't know, I think that they have like different finishes and stuff. I'm not sure. They're not cheap, like I said. I think they're like 70 bucks, but they do just regular mineral powders as well, a bunch of different mineral makeups, and they do these lip whips that are just really, really beautiful. And the woman, Kari, who founded it, apparently, you know, got diagnosed in her 20s with an autoimmune disease, just like me. And you just get really conscious, especially when it's an autoimmune disease that affects your skin, like mine. I have psoriasis. You get really conscious of what you're putting on your skin. Everything from skincare to makeup, but also like detergents and the type of fabrics that you wear and the type of hairspray that you use. Like, you have to be pretty conscious of that stuff, and I have not done the best job of it, and I've had to kind of pay the price. And I do take an injection once a month because of my psoriasis, because it's still so bad. So I think ultimately I would love to, like pie in the sky, just like abolish my psoriasis by use of, you know, good products and meditation, but that's pretty pie in the sky right now. I'm very thankful for Taltz at the moment. But the main thing with Kari Gran is that they're just like crazy eco-conscious. They make their sustainability really clear. They make their ingredients really clear. They encourage all of their like retailers to, you know, recycle and things like that. So, I mean, I totally understand that when you're not like a really big company, you can't impose those kinds of restrictions, but the fact that they put that forward is really cool. I don't know. Let me know if you guys have seen that or if you guys have tried it. All right, the next one is a company called Undone. I think it was created by like a bunch of different people, and it's mainly clean beauty that's like, you know, not got any bad ingredients or anything in it, but it's affordable, which is really, really cool because a lot of this stuff is like prestige, girl. It is a, you know, less is more aesthetic, cruelty-free and vegan, natural ingredients, but the foundation is $14. The cheek palette is $6.49. The bronzer is $8. Guys, we're almost in like elf territory here. Pretty cool. It's like drugstore prices on these clean beauty products. And honestly, just like there being a gluten-free craze, that's one of the things that people ask me all the time. They're like, you're celiac, does it bother you when other people just go gluten-free out of preference? And I'm like, not at all, because the prevalence and the popularity of that kind of thing makes companies make more options for me. Not to say necessarily that, you know, I'm gonna just go buy every replacement food. Like, I'm not just gonna go buy all the sweets just because they're gluten-free. There's plenty of things that are gluten-free to begin with, so like, you know, doesn't mean that they're necessarily healthy. But like last night I made minestrone and I went into Randall's and they had like 20 different kinds and like 50 different shapes of gluten-free pasta, and I was like, yes, yes, Randall's, yes, white ladies, all y'all thinking that gluten-free is a diet. Y'all knock yourselves out because it's making the market better for me, and that's how I feel about the beauty industry kind of like lending an ear to the idea that maybe we give a crap about our ingredients. And, you know, I kind of went off in my last anti-haul about how they like to put it in the title of their product, which drives me crazy. I hate that. But that's why we read the ingredients. That's why we do the research. That's why I'm here, is to help. Just the idea that someone is saying, I want to make this and I want to make it affordable. The next thing we know, you guys, we're going to have clean beauty brands at the drugstore. And well, I mean, I guess like Pixie and stuff is already like that, but it's not drugstore priced. It's pretty expensive. And so yeah, I just think that, you know, even though I'm a-okay with paying for the ingredients, I still think that these kinds of things should be affordable. I just think that it's really cool that they're kind of opening it up to that next kind of like bracket of affordability, and I hope that kind of companies run with that. Even if it's just like CoverGirl going cruelty-free. Like, that was cool that they did that. I'm still not gonna use their products because I don't know what the hell's in them, but I think that that was a cool step. You know, at least like there are a lot of people who'd probably never heard of the idea of cruelty-free until CoverGirl started talking about it. So it's like, you know, the more you know. I'm happy that it's happening at all. All right, let's talk about a product that is not cheap. It is a brand called Kjaer Weis, and I know that because I looked up the pronunciation. It is the creator's last name, and she is from Denmark, I believe, and so I was shocked that when I tried to pronounce it kind of phonetically, I pretty much had it right. Their big thing, I mean, is performance products that are, you know, very, very like, you know, no bad stuff, all awesome stuff, crazy, like, you know, low heat, like it's very RMS, but even higher end. And their other big thing is that they have this one-time packaging that you buy that's like really heavy metal, and it's got this like swivel opening, and then you just buy the pan to kind of replace it. It's really, really cool. It's pretty expensive. I think that the foundation is like $68 and the powder is like something like 50 or something. I don't know. But the promises around the ingredients and the promises around the performance are supposed to be next level, so I do want to test that for you guys. Oh my god. Drunk elephant. Oh my god. It's like, I really thought that when I did Sunday Riley, I was just doing like the alternative to Drunk Elephant. Turns out Sunday Riley is not that clean of a line. They still have some kind of sketchy ingredients apparently. And I am going to start moving towards cleaner skincare, away from Sunday Riley, kind of one by one, but right now my packages are all still pretty full. I'm not gonna throw away some Sunday Riley, okay? Drunk Elephant is probably where I'm going next with my skincare journey. I did some reading. It's kind of crazy. I've just been inundated with them lately, and then all of a sudden, you guys all started messaging me, asking me to try Drunk Elephant. I'm gonna be honest, I was put off by the name of it, and I was put off by the packaging. The packaging looks like kid makeup, and the name is just kind of, I'm like, what is that? I don't know. Turns out, it's some kind of thing where elephants eat the marula plant, and it ferments in their stomach, and they get drunk. They are the product line I was talking about that actually says that essential oils are bad. They call it their Suspicious 6, and their whole idea is like, we're not going to vilify this, but we're saying that if there is any doubt, we take it out, kind of thing. So that is essential oils, drying alcohol, silicones, chemical screens, I guess they mean sunscreens, fragrances, dyes, and SLS, which is like sulfates. I already know what sulfates do, but I don't know, I think it's really interesting that that they're vilifying essential oils. I wonder if maybe like the sourcing is sketchy on some of them, or it's unclear, or if they're just really harsh because they're kind of in a pure form. I don't know. I don't personally use essential oils on my skin usually, but I mean, I've thought about like putting them in lotions or something like that. I don't know. I just always thought essential oils were good. Let's talk about this. Let's discuss this. But Drunk Elephant has prices that are kind of across the board. Like, they have some serums that are only like $40, $45, which is not crazy. And they are, you know, full-size products. I'm sorry I keep looking down. It's because I have my notes down here. And then they have this $100 package called the Littles, which I think is probably where I might start. I'm not sure. But it is essentially all of their, like, top skincare routine products, and they're all in just like little sample sizes, but not like teeny tiny samples, like they're all in individual bottles. But they also seem like they're kind of on the next echelon from like Glossier. I feel like Glossier keeps their prices low by not putting any of these like insane combinations of like high effectiveness skincare ingredients in their stuff. Like, their stuff's good from a skincare standpoint, but as you begin to age, we all need a little bit more than Glossier can offer. But like, they do their own like jelly cleanser, for example, that's like $10 more than the Milky Jelly cleanser. It does seem like they have some spins on those ideas of like the Glossier skincare. Like, it just kind of, it sort of like smacks the same to me, but the ingredients are really there, and a lot of these scary ingredients that are in other products are not in there, and they make that really, really clear. And I talked to Lauren, the Honest Beauty Review, because she just loves Drunk Elephant. Like, she puts them in like every video. Like, every time I see one of her videos come up on the thumbnail, it's like Drunk Elephant. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try it. And so she recommended the baby facial. I have no idea. That's just what she said. So let me know if you guys have tried Drunk Elephant. I do want to, and I do plan to, but I want to kind of prioritize. Right now, like I said, I'm using the Sunday Riley Good Genes. I'm using the Sunday Riley CEO Rapid Flash Brightening Serum, and I'm using the Sunday Riley Tidal Enzyme Water Cream as my moisturizer. So if you guys know of some good equivalencies there, let me know, because I'm going to be kind of moving away from Sunday Riley. So, Tata Harper. I have only seen Tata Harper like here and there. Like, people have been talking about like her masks, because they are some of the less expensive things on her website. And then the name will just get thrown around in an Ingrid Nilsson video, because Ingrid Nilsson has no budget. I don't understand. She's just like, you know what I love? Shunt Guy mascara. And I'm just like, good for you, Ingrid. But Tata Harper, that is some expensive product. Now, like I said, there are some masks that are like $62 to $64. Still kind of a lot, but it's still under $100. Then they also have like, you know, $400 wrinkle creams and things like that, which I'm probably not going to be buying anytime soon. I don't care if it's crack. $400, that's a lot of money. It's just a lot of money. That's more than I've ever paid in a car payment, you know? They have 300 plus raw ingredients, super complex formulas. Like, they pride themselves on having complex formulas. They're not like, only 3 ingredients. They're like 800 ingredients. You get them all on your face. Give me all of your money. So if you guys have tried any Tata Harper products, let me know, because this is going to be one of those, like, we need to be real choosy. It's a very treat yourself moment. I need to know, like, what is worth it. I'm sure they're all worth it, I'm sure, but I don't have the liquidity to find out. They also pride themselves on no outsourcing and no shortcuts. So, I mean, they kind of make everything themselves, which is really cool. These are things that you don't necessarily think about when you think about buying a product, but man, I just watched The True Cost the other day, and I mean, I've already been on my like minimizing journey for a while, but my viewer Callie told me to watch it, my friend Callie, hey Callie, and I was just like, whoa, you just don't think about where stuff comes from and how many lives it touches sometimes, and just to know that it's kind of in a closed kind of environment that's closely monitored and nothing sketchy is happening, it's nice, and to some extent it's worth my money. So in terms of sustainability and lowering my waste, Fall Lane. So Fall Lane is a website, another one of those websites where you can just basically know that everything that you're buying there is like natural and clean, which is cool. There's a few of them out there like that. Detox Market, Credo. It is a clean beauty kind of like umbrella. It sells a lot of brands, but they also have their own like house Fall Lane brand. And they sell a like a multi-purpose soap that you could use as shampoo, but I'm not going to. I'm sticking with my Aquas, but it's refillable, and so you only buy the glass bottle once, and then you get kind of like refills, and I don't know what kind of container the refills are in, but I'm sure it's something like practical. And they also do that for like a Fall Lane brand lotion, and they have a few other things that they've kind of collaborated with other brands on to do like a really good like lavender bath salt or masks and whatnot. I'm not really sure. It's the soap and the lotion that kind of intrigued me, just because I don't know if you guys saw on my community tab recently, I actually asked you guys if you ever like made your own soap or made your own lotion, and apparently it's really hard to get those things to be shelf stable, like unless you want to refrigerate them or something. It's just the ingredients tend to be kind of like perishable. So I did some research and stuff like that, but I do feel like to some extent I'm probably going to have to stick with just trying some more sustainable brands for a while, and there's actually another one on my list here. I still have a ways to go. But yeah, I'm interested in trying those, and I just kind of wanted to bring that to your attention, even if like I don't end up going with that. If you are a little bit wanting to dabble in, you know, just not throwing so many things away, there are companies out there that are doing it, and there's the actual first bottle that you buy it's full of product. It's anywhere from $7 to $24, and I think that the refills are like 22 or something, and it's like 32 ounces of whatever the product is. Yeah, they also have candles and oils and bath salts and stuff that are the Falling brand, and it's all, you know, pretty inexpensive, and they do throw you a discount right when you like come to the website. So another product line that I want to try that, God, just keeps getting shoved in my face, and actually Falling does these kind of like starter packs of like multiple brands, which I think is pretty cool. So the brand is Osea, O-S-E-A, and they are obviously like, maybe it's not obvious, but they're seaweed oriented, and so all their stuff is, you know, focused on like, you know, mineral rich seaweed, because apparently it's good for all skin types. It's really good for anti-aging. It's very easily absorbed. They also kind of like run the gamut on price. You've got everything from a $48 body lotion, which is a little bit crazy, $88 serum, $60 brightening serum. They are vegan, cruelty-free, made in the USA. This is one of those ones where I'm just like, it just keeps getting shoved in my face. So if you guys have tried any Osea products and you're like, yes, they are worth that $88 price tag for that serum, let me know. You know, these are the kinds of things that I want to learn, but at the same time, you guys know, I don't switch my skincare up that often. In fact, we haven't talked about skincare on my channel in a really long time because I have been so hesitant to alter anything that I do with my skin because I got it clear finally. And so even when people kind of send me things and they're like, hey, have you tried this? Hey, have you tried this? Most of the time I'm very, very clear about the fact that, you know, in a polite way, like, I'm really not interested in disrupting what I've got going on right now. But like I said, I'm moving towards more clean makeup. I'm finding that my skin is kind of purging, and I want to now take that opportunity to just ride the wave right on out of the dirty no ingredients if we can avoid it. So the next one that keeps getting shoved in my face is Ursa Major, and it is a little bit more affordable. They do everything from like shampoo and conditioner to like skincare and stuff, no makeup. My only thing is, yes, they do make a point to make sure that, like, you know, things are biodegradable or compostable, but my God, Neutrogena just went through that whole debacle, and I mean, I was definitely one of the people piling on in the comments being like, excuse me, you're going to make a bag of individually wrapped makeup wipes and we're supposed to be like, cool, practical, travel friendly. No, it is a plastic mess is what it is. It's like, you know, 20% product, 80% packaging, and we're all getting pretty freaking sick of that. In fact, as soon as you kind of like take your recycling out or take your garbage out, it's really hard not to get like nauseous about it. I don't know. Especially with makeup, I just get nauseous about the amount of waste that I'm making sometimes, and these Ursa Major makeup wipes are individually packaged inside of a package, and they're like, oh, you know, it's compostable, it's whatever. It's still like the amount that you had to do to package those things, I'm still throwing them away. What if people aren't composting them? What if people aren't recycling them? What if when they get to the recycling plant, they're not getting treated properly? Who knows? Who knows? I just don't want that blood on my hands. So the jury's out on Ursa Major, but I mean, somebody must believe in them for something because they are all over the friggin' internet and they're just like blowing up my Instagram feed, but I don't know. Let me know, guys. All right, so an OG one. This is one that one of you guys asked me about recently, and I was like, man, I just keep meaning to. Jane Iredale. Jane Iredale's been doing the natural clean beauty thing for way longer than it's been cool. And it's because the benefits of that kind of makeup really show on more mature skin. The people who don't have any signs of aging, they can put whatever the crap they want on their skin a lot of times. I mean, you know, barring like, you know, things that make them break out. But most makeup looks pretty good on skin that there's nothing happening there. So as you start to age, you want things that are lighter weight. You want things that are going to help your skin, anti-aging, things like that. There's really nothing worse than like looking at your makeup after a full day of wear and everything looks kind of worse than when you started because it like dried your skin out, it gave you patches, it just irritated your skin. And so Jane Iredale really came at it from this like, you know, healthy skin is beautiful skin kind of mentality before it was cool, you know, while CoverGirl was still just like selling spackle. I want to go and show and pay my dues, you know, on a company that's been doing it for so long, and she's got some really beautiful stuff, some really beautiful packaging. It is prestige priced, but not crazy, and I think that honestly, like, at the time when she first started, most people did find prices like that kind of unpalatable. You know, like a $45 foundation or something. Like, people found that pretty unpalatable. I don't know about you guys, like how many people here are like super young that are watching my channel, but most people kind of my age and older can remember being scarred by the drugstore. We didn't have any kind of help. All the magazines did was feature things that were being paid to be featured. They didn't actually tell us what would work. They would tell us who was basically paying them to tell us what worked, and so they'd be like, sure, absolutely put this Maybelline foundation all over your beautiful young skin. Like, even though it would break your skin out and look terrible, you know, absolutely this cream eyeshadow is not gonna crease on you. It's like, it's gonna crease on you. You know, absolutely dye your hair with Faria. It's gonna be fine. It's like, no, it's not. You know, until this whole all of us helping each other kind of thing, which is what we had to resort to. That is what this is on YouTube, is we had to resort to helping each other because we couldn't trust the companies to help us. And we finally freaking saw the light of day. And still, we can't trust all the influencers, but I digress. Drugstore and makeup in general did used to be this kind of black box where it was just, we were just being sold appearance, we weren't being sold ingredients. And now we're being sold ingredients, and like I said, I really appreciate that, but I do have to give props to my girl, Jane, for doing it first. And not necessarily first, but for doing it for a really long time. And so, yeah, she does mineral makeup. She's been doing it for 20 years. There's a $48 BB cream, a $44 powder. The one thing that she doesn't really make mention of on the website is whether it's done with low heat. Like, she puts a lot of emphasis on the ingredients list and how everything is really, really good for your skin. But as we've learned with a lot of these products, that like, when you list all of these ingredients, if you then heat them past a certain point in order to, you know, put them through production, you could be robbing them of all of their efficacy. But just because she doesn't say it doesn't necessarily mean it's not true. So I do intend to try that stuff and, you know, and let you guys know if there are any Jane Iredale products that you guys swear by. Let me know. I will check them out. But I want to know. All right, home stretch, guys. Last two. One is Nécessaire. It is, you know, spelled like, you know, French or Italian or something like that. Soup's cultured over here. And they are very simple. It's a brand new brand, I'm pretty sure, of body wash, lotion, and lube. And you can buy a set of all three, but I'm really only interested in the first two. But they're pretty inexpensive. They're big bottles, and they come in like unscented, sandalwood, and eucalyptus fragrances, and they are just really like unisex, straightforward looking packaging, which I think is really, really pretty. And everybody raves about the actual lotion. They say that it's really great, and that like the body wash is pretty awesome too. And so I do appreciate it. I mean, they are advertising like crazy, I'll be honest. Like, I'm just getting slammed with them on my Instagram feed, but I do still want to try it just because I'm just kind of getting sensitive to the idea of like, what the hell is in Bath & Body Works body wash? Like, what am I doing? You know, yeah, I really do like smelling like a cupcake sometimes, but I think it'd be worth smelling like eucalyptus just to know that my skin is actually doing better for it, because I really don't know what's going on with my body skin. I pay so much attention to my face skin, and my body skin really doesn't get enough love. So, yeah, I want to try them, and if I wasn't already kind of like on board with the idea, I read their sort of like, even though they just started out, I read their kind of philosophy. So they've got a no list that's like as long as my arm, just like Beauty Counter does. I mean, Beauty Counter has like 1,500 products or something, but this one's like 40. This 85% post-consumer packaging on their boxes with no virgin forest material. all of their plastic is recyclable, but they want to move to 100% recycled plastic, made in the USA, and they even make a point to say that like all of their actual like shipping and packaging and stuff like that is also with that same philosophy in mind of recyclability and working from non-new, non-virgin kind of sourced products. And I kind of feel like they're moving towards being a B Corp. Like that's kind of B Corp behavior. That's like what Beauty Counter is, you know, they take every single stinking thing into consideration to make sure that they are, you know, lightening the load on the planet through every single step of, you know, the product production and also the sales and distribution is the word I was looking for. But obviously that takes a long time to be approved as a B Corp like that, so I would not be surprised though if that's kind of what they're going for, which is really, really cool. So I do want to try them, especially just as I run out of all of my lotions and stuff. I don't want to be wasteful. I'm still going to use my stuff up first. That's why this is a 2019 projection video. Alright, and I was going to say Onomi? That was going to be my 15th one. But guys, I did some research and like they pride themselves on like their clinical testing and stuff to make sure that it's like anti-aging like effective, but they don't talk about their ingredients at all. The main thing that they say is that there's no parabens, no sulfates, no phthalates, but like everything says that. I really got the effect that they were like a really clean beauty company, but they put no emphasis on that on their website, so I'm just kind of gonna skip over them for now. The last thing that I really want to try, and I've been wanting to try for so long, and it does have a no list as long as your arm, is the Goop Beauty, and specifically the exfoliating instant facial. It's $125, you guys. That's some quaint, but she does sell a little sample pack online, I believe, and if you don't know what Goop is, Gwyneth Paltrow's blog, and on her behalf, I am sorry and you're welcome, because it is a phenomenal place to immerse yourself in pseudoscience, and also a place where you can find like $5,000 leather coolers. Just why? You know, if you want to spend $3,000 on a bar cart, like great place to shop. But, you know, she did kind of like team up with Juice Beauty a while ago, which you guys know my feelings on Juice Beauty. But the skincare of it all, I do still want to stick it out and try. You guys know I do have like a little tiny bit of Gwyneth in me, you know? I make my own corn tortillas. Like, I've got a little bit of that in me. But yeah, it's got tons and tons of amazing active ingredients. It has like really made sure to leave out a lot of really scary stuff. And it's supposed to like tingle really hard on your face, and you know, I like having a like slightly scary moment while doing my skincare, don't you? You know, everybody needs a little excitement in their lives. Not really, but I do want to know what it's like. If you guys have tried that one, let me know. I might do just a little sample of it, because I think it only takes once for you to understand what that scary hot tingle is like. But yeah, and then also recently I've been trying some herbivore. I found out my Boscia is clean, which is cool. Re-upped on that. And I'm gonna be doing a full like faves, fails, and finds on Friday, like I said. Opening up all of my subscription boxes, showing you guys a bunch of the products that I've hauled lately and the things that have kind of made it into heavy rotation and been favorites of mine. These are the things that I'm interested in right now. I probably like psychologically just spent like $2,000 or $3,000. Depending on how many Tata Harper things that I would buy, but you guys just help me decide, help me prioritize, because we got a whole year ahead of us, and I spent so much money last year on things that I hate. And I didn't even know it at the time. I can't get excited about eyeshadow palettes anymore. I can't do it. I cannot literally, physically, I cannot pull my credit card out and spend money on another eyeshadow palette right now. I don't know what it would take, and I just want to continue loving myself from the inside out and from the outside in. It can't hurt. So these are my feelings. Those are all of my thoughts. I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and had fun hanging out with me today. If you did, give it a thumbs up. If you want to keep hanging out with me on this channel, hit the button down below and subscribe. I would love it if you guys did. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today. I love you, and I will see you guys in the next one.